mobilizing their face. They remove its ability to move. They remove its ability to move because they fill it with all kinds of crap. They're filling it with shit. They want to look younger. They just all look the same. That's why it's so hard for I can't. That's why we watch old shows.
Yeah.
Because I watch these new shows and it has all the same actors and actresses in it, but they change their face so much. I just get, I think about, I add up all of the costs for all of these procedures, and then I think about all the people around them that are just like rotting away because they don't have enough because systems aren't made to trickle down. So the cracks of society are only getting wider, and as the winter goes on, they're going to get wider and wider, and as the year goes on, oh my gosh, it's just, it's we're in survival of the fittest, and it's really hard to watch.
It is.
Yeah, and my whole life I've seen people that like, they would come from the depths of poverty and just the worst places, right?
Yes.
And they don't ever go up and then like go back to make the place they came from better. They just move on. People just learned that they became nomadic. Just leave the trash, go put trash someplace else. And so now we got to clean up. There's so much cleaning up that needs to be done on this earthly plane. It's a trip. I see how we live in a freaking snow globe, and it's starting to trip me out. Like, because even during the day, like, other people are saying it now too, because they're seeing it. They're seeing it. Like, when I go out at night, like, it's so bright, you know, and, well, in some places. I have been in places like when we were in Flagstaff where we live. It got so dark I couldn't see my hand in my face right here, in front of my face. That's how. And then like I could hear the animal. I got videos of UAPs and stuff out, but we ain't.
Really? Oh, wow.
Everything's in dimensions. So what you call it, aliens or demons? The way I look at it is, what are you gonna do with it? You know, it like doesn't really matter what the world is or what populates the earth, more than the individual that's having the incarnation. What are you doing to make the world a better place? What are people doing to make it better? Like, I know the people that need stuff, they're not even the ones that can get out to get to churches and stuff like that. Like, where I live, I went by the church where they give a bunch of food away every week, and I drive by it all the time. I've driven by it, and like there's like some cars here and there, you know. But there must have been like 300 fucking cars in the parking lot of this church. And then so what I like to do is I like to I don't know. I give it up to people in the community. Because they know who is... I tell them, like, give these to somebody. Give these gift cards to somebody, food cards. Give them to somebody. Give them to, like... Don't give it to the fucking Jimmy Joe fucking quarterback that, like, you know, has been... Don't give them to fucking born and raised with all the advantages. Don't give it to somebody that's just already blessed all the time driving their fucking Jeep and fucking taking up space with all of their abundance. Don't give it to somebody like that, please. No. Give it to somebody that it's like, man, fucking life sucks and I could really use a fucking break right now. You know it? Like, God, I can't believe this shit, you know? Give it to somebody like that. So I dropped off a couple at the restaurant at Ricky's, and Ricky he's you know, he helps a lot of people in the community. And he's like me. We got the same kind of mind, I think. As far as I know, you know, I mean, I've gone in there a handful of times. I see him at the grocery store, you know, he keeps trudging on. And they just did a big old write-up. They did a YouTube video about him. not too long ago. That was cool.
That's
And then, cause I mean, he's been around here forever, you know, and he feeds people that don't have enough. So I dropped off a couple of. I said, cause these are the people that know who is in like really in need. Cause there's plenty of people that go to the food bank and they're just going cause they want to get free food so they can spend money on stuff that they want. And those people are just barely people because they're using their ego and not their spirit. And to me, that's demonic. When you're living more from ego than spirit, that's all it is. World War III is of a spiritual variety. What are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Like, it's okay that people are selfish and, you know, self-serving. Okay, whatever experience you want to have, but like at least once in a while, like maybe like one act of kindness in like a lifetime of, you know, gluttony. I just know what it's like to be at the bottom, like to have nothing as a little kid. And I always knew. I said, Marge, this sucks. I understand your reality right now. Like, other kids don't have to live like this, you know. It just sucks. I always had nature to turn to, and it kind of leveled me out.
Nature is good.
Or, you know, I always had, like, kept myself entertained when we had no place to go and nothing to do, and I'm just supposed to be oh so happy with all the toys that everybody gets all the time.
Yeah.
When they're like, don't touch it, it's mine. Like, I'm so fucking happy for you. There's this weird thing that happened one time. My grandparents never knew them to go to church or anything like that. They're Freemasons. They're the Freemason. I mean, they're in the club. And there's this little church that Mom went to in Morro Bay. And they showed up and they brought like a whole trunk full of in the Ford LTD, they brought the whole trunk full of all these presents. I was 2 years old, 2.5, somewhere around there. But I have my recall. It's a gift that you get when you disassociate, when you live in a disassociated state, when you're always in the no place space, when you're very rarely grounded on the earth with the others. You get you get recall. So whether you want it or fucking not, you get it. It's yours. Cheers. So they showed up and they had all these gifts, and this is like, I don't know. This is probably my early childhood programming. They probably directed me to be a bleeding heart that wears my heart, because they're like, this is for everybody. These are for all the boys and girls. These aren't for you, Margie. Don't be selfish. I always used to get that. Don't be so. And then my astrology chart would say, you know, Aries are so selfish. And that I learned at a very young age that it's like, I know what my planetary alignments are. I know what my potentials are. I know how I can act. But that is where we differentiate from the other animals on this earth, is that is where our free will lies. That is where our free will lies. In the choices that we make. I don't always make the freaking right choices. I went to the store today, this fucking machismo behind me. Dude, I'm realizing it more, and I really appreciate other people's point of view that are help, you know. I see this, and then other people are seeing it too, and I'm like, okay, great. It's nice to be validated. Yeah. But these fucking machismos everywhere, right? And it's like they're they're too many chilies and tortillas and tamales and whatever, fucking McDonald's, whatever, too much. And they think they're muscular. They think they're muscle. Yeah. And they're not. And they're short. So they're compensating. Yeah. I turn around today and this guy, I had my head and I could feel him. I could feel, and he wasn't in a cart, and I turned around and he had roses. And they were right here, and I was like, like, you're in my fucking bubble, dude. And he was big. He was probably, I don't know, he was, well, not tall. They're not tall in Taos. They're little stains on the fabric of society. And then, like, my reality just set in. That this guy had so much of this I don't know, axe. Fucking nasty ass fucking, like, who likes that? Who? What demographic? How much, where do you get it? How much, I gotta know. Like, what is the frequency that is all about a fucking cloud of that? So he got too close, and then so I start going, because it was potent. I'm pitching my nose. Are you offended? Because that shit's gross. So homeboy backs up. And he's looking around. I need a shit. And then, like, there's a guy in front of me. And then the guy there's somebody. And they don't have a lot of stuff, but there's a hang up. So I'm, like, breathing through my mouth, but I can still taste it. He's trying to find something because I'm making him uncomfortable because I'm uncomfortable. Why do I gotta be the only one that's uncomfortable? I'm not gonna live like that, so I'll express my discomfort. Like, I wear smell goods sometimes. I wear perfume. My fragrance is like, I've had experience with this asshole that wore this shit before. That's what the kind of, like, the people that wear the same kind of fabric, like, they're a frequency. And so those people just are like, they don't feel good to me. It's just all about feel. They don't feel good. Huh, Ma? They got bad eyes. They don't feel good. They got bad eyes. I've been calling out bad eyes since I could say bad eyes. Bill Cosby. He was one I'd point at the TV. Bad eyes. He was on a show called Kids Say the Darn. You could tell those kids would squirm in their seats. Kids know what a fucking creep is. It's the adults say, no, just play along. Just go along with the grown. So, and then it was just like, at one point it was taking so long, I was like, this is funny. This is like, now it's amusing. Now I can't fucking breathe, you know? And we're stuck because of the transaction. They're like having a conversation, you know, whatever it was. And then once it started moving, I'm just like, this is how you practice patience and tolerance. These are instances where you get to practice patience and tolerance. This is yeah. But it's just the pungent smell just fucking just about. That was like too much, man. And of course he goes out and gets in a big old truck. Oh my God, that's somebody's man, Mom. Somebody goes around and goes, oh, my man got me flowers. That's my man. My man. My whole life be like, I've heard people say that. I'm like, dude, really? He's all yours. I have worked in male-dominant career fields my whole fucking life. I'm always in the locker room. I always get that talk. And I'm a woman, and I don't understand why men think that I want to fucking hear about what they really think and how they really think. And then I go home, and then I'm around their wives, and I meet them, and I'm like, dude, their wives, you guys don't even know you're fucking married to pigs. You have no idea the level, and you can't tell because they come home, and then they're like, man, I'm so tired, I work so hard, and I'm the asshole that is at the shop that's going around. When I was in the Air Force, they hated me. Like, they would look busy when Marge came in, because I would be like, I hope you don't go home and tell your family how hard you work. I really hope you don't. Because not only would you be lazy, then you're going to be a fucking liar too. Like, how do people live with themselves? By just being in a freaking spot on the earth and never doing anything ever. But as soon as the food truck comes, or, food days, brats on the grill, who's first in line, the resource hogs. Whatever resource that is, just people that got to take, and they never give anything back. Never! I had a weird epiphany today. I just, right before I started this talk, I said, Ma, everybody I've ever thought was my friend isn't. Everybody that I thought was my friend isn't. And I thought that they were. Because I believed them. And I get so excited for my friends. I do stuff, yeah, woohoo, let's go, I'm very thoughtful, very giving, because we were so impoverished, and I went without so much. I just used to imagine. I would imagine my imagination, which is the no play space. I recognize that all the different pigments of the shade, and that's the no play space. Shade, it's the no play space. It's all density. Our shadows, they travel with us. When I'm sleeping, my spirit goes with my shadow out into higher dimensions, into the no place space. And then people go, Marge, I had a dream about you. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Stuff like that, the no place space. That's where all the Akashic records are kept. And when you take your last breath, at the end of your incarnation, I just experienced this with my dear sweet boy Artie Pants. October 8th, 2024. Little turkey, I knew he was going to go the 8th, because I knew he wasn't going to go on the 9th, because that's my half's birthday, and I knew he didn't want me to be sad on my half birthday. Earth Day, anyway. He took his last breath. And I knew that his spirit was a part of the no place space. And then he quickly came to me in a dream, and that was rad. So, his spirit is ginormous. See, I see people's spirits. They're inner, And when everybody's just like everybody else, everybody's just like everybody else. Just bebopping. Let's go to Taos and take up space there. Blah. Let's just go be in the way there. Blah. It's cute. It's fun. It's quaint. And there's so many fucking people here that it's so fucking noisy. It ain't cute. It ain't quaint. And it ain't fucking fun for me. And I promise, I will never go to California, Utah, Oregon, Texas, Oklahoma. I will not go to these places and watch how you people live. I promise I will not. I have no compulsion to go there to look at anything. And I've traveled around a lot. If I want to go to a place, I'll look at a picture, do a meditate state, dip into the Akashic records, complied with. Saves me a lot of time on freaking... Just being with populations of people is like the least exciting thing that I can think of. Because people are so self-absorbed. And I'm constantly like, oh, watch out. Oh, let me get out. You're like, oh, look out. I'm like navigating traffic in my mind at all times. I'm hyper vigilant. I'm so... And mostly when I go out, when there's a lot of people, they're just like in my fucking way. And they're only thinking about themselves. And I know what that looks like, because, the years I've only thought about myself. Only me. But still, I'd still give frickin' strangers $100 on the street. They're like, oh my God. People come up to me. They're just like, I can tell they're disassociated, something traumatic. Okay, here you go. We have to be the angels on the earth. God, creator, source, it works through us. We're the freaking planetary-led puppets that are supposed to, choose to be generous, and I look around at all the people that just fucking choose to not be generous. I guess they're giving a lot of food away. They're feeding a lot of people.
Oh, that's good.
I said maybe I should go down and hand out stickers and freaking, preach. Because I don't know what these fucking people that stand, these evangelicals types that are standing up in front of the podium. Because I drive by churches. I see parking lots that are full. I see who drives the car that are in the parking lots. I see the stickers that are on the windows of the people that drive the car in the parking lots. I see the makes and the models. I see the colors and the makes and the models and the license plates and the stickers that are on the cars. And there shouldn't be as many people in this community that need this stuff. So I got good ideas on how to alleviate the problem. I just am trying. I did approach somebody. There's 2 things that I did on the new moon to plant seeds for the spring, so to speak. And that was one is I reached out to somebody and to get some like a professional on some legal represent like what would tell me about the freaking false for profit route. Now I gotta start thinking about people that I want to work with me, because if I gotta go that way, then I gotta have a board and all that shit. And I don't fucking have friends. And this it's something I gotta at least but I gotta have some trust in somebody about something. So but that's not gonna lead us all the way this way to drop us on our ass. Because my place, I can see it. I just keep picturing it in my mind. I've been focusing on it so much. A place for travelers can come and, be put up for the night. You got a frickin' some dude came up to me tonight, when I was at the restaurant and got mom. They fucking hooked mom up with the banana nut fucking pancakes. Holy shit, they were so big. Mom ate almost all fucking Jesus. And I was like, why did I get this? And then I was like, because she loved it. These fucking things, man. 3, and that is a full ass. That's she liked him anyway. So a dude comes up and he said hi, and he introduced him. So he's like, he said, I understand that you're somebody that I should introduce myself to.
Oh, really?
And I was like, hi, I don't know why, but I'm Marge. I said, okay. I was like, what? Yeah, that was kind of cool. I don't know. I just do really they're beyond random acts of kindness. I fucking floor people all the time with shit that I do. Because I don't have any earth in my chart. So I don't fucking care. And people that are so worried about being rich and having so much money for the rest of their life, that is like an emptiness in somebody's soul, that desire that needs to be filled by a bunch of artificial numerical numbers. Article 25. I was reminded of that the other day. And as a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember if I've ever even talked about it on any videos, and I don't know that I have. A woman said it, and I was like, it sounds and see, that's the thing, because it hasn't been on my radar, because I've been tuned in and my attention has been required elsewhere. But now we got to a place that I could focus on things besides not being homeless with my mom and my old dogs. Because that has been my primary purpose for the last 4 years. And the places we lived, each place I've had to learn very difficult lessons. Each teaching me to relent my will allowed good orderly direction to flow me and not freaking, throat punch. I mean, I got to learn how to be a peaceful being because I have my sun is Aries, but the rest of me is water and air. Those make whirly twirly combinations. I get whirly twirly and people start panicking. And then they get aggressive. And then they don't like it if I match their aggression. They get offended. And I'm like, you fucking start. Like, people start shit with me all the fucking time. All the time. It's just bizarre. Who that? Who that noise? What you do, pretty girl?
Oh, there's Luna. Hello, Luna.
I went to 3 restaurants yesterday
Whoa.
to get some birria tacos. Check those fuckers out, though.
What kind of
Birria, B-I-R, I can't. It's their quesadilla. Oh my god, they were the special. There's actually 3 tacos, and the rice and bean was pretty good. I'm kind of picky. In most places around here in Taos, I don't like the rice and beans. They're lacking.
You're laughing.
Yeah. But so the first place I went was a taco truck.
Oh, taco truck.
Now, I was reminded of a story when we were young. We lived on like Manzanita, and you knew Lisa and Lori Reynolds, and their mom and dad. They lived out that airport on the way out to Airport Road, in Anderson, and they taught Mom a lot about life and the reality of how things were. And then like Lisa, Mom always makes people feel better. She was always like the nurturer. And so these women, Mom was, I don't know, so how old? Okay, so I was 10, so you were probably in your 30s. But these young women were like 18, 19. They were very young, so they'd go out partying and do all this stuff, and then they'd come hang out with Mom, and Mom would talk about God, stuff like that, and make them feel better about things, I guess. I mean, then they'd tell stories about, like, being in the freaking hotel room with Merle Haggard, and they were underage, and then all these, my whole life, people freaking loved, no, not Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings. Don't want to make that mistake. Waylon Jennings. And, the dude that had, now I'm second guessing myself. A place in Reading. Merle Haggard. It was Merle Haggard. I was right the first time. Yeah. Okay. He died 8 years ago in Reading. Yeah, because he always grew up there, and he was, he's fat. They all see people freaking, they praise the label and then freaking ignore the sin that the freaking person that is hidden behind the label, because it's all fake. It's all fake. Like, why anybody, like, I'm like, why? I'm so glad that other people are starting to see things for how they really are. I mean, I was indifferent for a lot of years, but I still always knew that elections were rigged and that, politicians were pervy, because they always got in trouble for freaking with, having their masculinity in their hand. Yeah. And when people are allowed to do whatever they want, what they choose to do becomes to the Diddy level, and it's so many of them. I remember 16 years old, a freaking cardiologist was wasted at his party, and I was eating like crab dip on crackers, and I dropped some, and it landed like right here on my chest, and he comes up and he's like, grabs it off I'm like, this guy like gets awards for saving people's lives, and I was like 15, 16, you know, like my whole life I've been objectified. I don't know what it's like to not. I don't know what it's like to be paid for what I'm worth when I'm usually worth, like my experience is usually more than combined with the people that are in the room, because I'm usually the only one that has been to war. I'm usually the only one that is autistic and did all these things to go to college to take care of my mom and still does it. That doesn't happen in America. I've done all the things that people haven't done. That's why I'm here to teach people what they can fucking do. But first they gotta put down the controller. I can't believe, like, ma, fertility's dropping. It's because women don't have men to be with, because they're all boys. Because from the time, it doesn't matter, Gen X, it doesn't matter the fucking, whatever, it's the vibrational frequency of somebody that has always been taken care of and just will continue and never carried water, chopped wood. So everybody gets a chance to ride. Because a lot of us have been doing the work behind the scenes, the stinky shit. And those people more people aren't going into those trades. And so it's getting prices to get shit done, waiting lists. Like, it don't matter how much money you have. People don't like you, they're not going to fix your shit. They're not going to deal with you. If you don't feel good, people aren't going to bother with you. Planet Earth is getting very, very weird. Very, very weird. Because people don't dip into the Akashic records. They're too earthbound. They're too worried about chasing sensations and, you know, going to all the fancy restaurants all the time. Huh.
Right.
All the stuff. Me. I'm such a wonderful person. I'm just going to treat myself all the time. They call it living that best life. I call it really greedy and selfish. Oh, there's organizations to help those people. If those people really wanted help, they could get, and the thing of it is, and that's part of my path, is like from the time we left Oregon to now, like I was in Arizona right now. I was in a very I shared some videos on Facebook earlier about that time. It was seconds. It was every second, just because that was a very uncomfortable situation. That was very difficult. We had to do it to get out of the situation that we were just in. It was a stepping stone. It had to be done. Doesn't make it less painful. Didn't make it suck any less. And just trying to, be okay when everything fucking sucks, and I don't feel like I need more. It turned out okay. I think I handled things pretty okay in that time period. But that was 4 years ago. And then taking 4 little old dogs out 4 or 5 times a day on a leash. It doesn't matter the fucking, Like, and that's the thing is people have attention span of gnats. They don't have any longevity, so they try this, get bored. They try something else, get bored. And before you know it, they're 25, 30. They think they've done everything except live any kind of service besides themselves. Like all over social media, I see people like, oh my God, I'm so sad. Oh my God. They're just like me. And every time I'm thinking, like, go do something for somebody else. Like, if everybody that was complaining about their mental health, regardless of what it is, even these people that are like, I'm having, video record, or they're recording, what is that? Recording is not a word anymore. Now it's videoed. Are you videoing that? I'm like, what the fuck? Seriously. If people just tried a little bit harder, just a little fucking bit, the cracks might, good Lord. And all the people watching, like recording people, is like, I saw one guy, the person recording, and then there was a delivery guy, or maybe it was on a Ring camera.
Okay.
And then a woman was like, had her service dog on a leash. The dog started taking off to I like say hi to the service dog, and like pulled the woman out of the freaking, her wheelchair.
Her wheelchair. Oh, wow.
And she was like, and the service dude, like, I don't even think in situations, you just help the person up.
Yeah.
The guy kept asking, like, you're good, right? Like, you're good, right? Like, I don't need to, like, you don't want me to, like, actually help you up off the fucking... That's the shit that I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with people on planet Earth? Planet Earth. So now more and more people. I went off on a little. I was at the restaurant today. That's right, and it was like it was afternoon. Like it was. There was maybe 2 other tables. They're wrapped up, And I was kind of off to the side talking to this guy, and this young kid was like, "Oh, you were military?" I said, "I was in the Air Force." I said, "Don't do it. Don't." And I guess he had already gone and did a stint and came back. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I already." I said, "Good. Just that it's all bullshit." And then I was like, I said, I gave him a little bit of my background, and I said, and I'm the only person that I know that has ever gone over there and seen combat engagement, after fall effects, and the before. Because I saw the before and the after. They took off from there and then big difference. And and I've been talking about it ever since. And just like, how it's all pageantry. And that's why other vets don't like me, because I tell the truth. Because I'm like, and because they have a lot of these people, most people that you talk to, like, ask them what they did. And most people are, I shot at a desk. I shot at a desk. Or you got the infantry. Like, I wanted to do something that I was very pragmatic. I was very purposeful as far as planning my course of life. It just, things didn't turn out exactly how I wanted them to. They turned out how they were supposed to, and I get that. I was very purposeful, and I don't get the, well, if I'm gonna go in the military, I'm gonna like, give me a gun, like I don't have that vibrational frequency, because I'm a peaceful being. And I know that you're not supposed to kill. And nothing we've ever done over there, as a matter of fact, things that we've done over there, I don't know if people understand how karma works. The energy that we put out comes back. And good old USA, Uncle Sam, he's got a birthday on July 4th. He's got a birth time is, yeah. So energy travels with that energetic being. So as I understand it, what energies you put out comes back to you. We go bomb places and in places, causing harm for freaking bro club bullshit. How much of America right now? How much in places all across America look like a war zone right now? How many people had real good lives for years and years? And my daddy and my brother, they're all in the military. What energy we put out, we get back, y'all. Uncle Sam's getting his karma. He's also a creepy perv. Uncle Sam's all about gay while away. See, this is all the stuff out there that exists that my little innocent, naive Al just freaking happened to stumble across one day, just minding my own business. And the world just has come up and said, no, Marge, this is how the world really is. This is what it's like. The world's like this, Margie. Men hit women. I never lived in a world where that didn't happen. So what did I do? I began starting with my brother, who the state wrestling champion, beat my ass, cracked my head into the floor. See, that's why we're not allowed into his life today, because he doesn't want his life today to know what a monster he is. He hit his own mom after he had a stroke. What kind of a man would hit his freaking little mom that doesn't have the emotional control? Couldn't contain himself. That's what I know who these people are. I'm all about OPSEC, and the whole world is experiencing what it's like to have to deal with the person that can't control themselves. I see it every day. People just, there's people I'm like, nah, you ain't getting within an arm's length of me, y'all. No, people are fucking, they're disassociated. They're running on automatic pilot run by little demonic freaking, dudes just cause harm. Put it there. Chase that sensation. Take that drug. Drink that whiskey, that gin, that just have a good time. I started watching that I will watch every version unless it's a horror, because that's just shit's weird. I've seen too many snuff. Like, no. But it's really hard to watch TV shows, because like that Ryan Reynolds, when I was in high school, I watched 15. That was the first show, and now people are just like figuring out that he was on that 15 show. Like, it was a kid soap opera, and I used to watch it. And he was like the little brother of one of the main characters. Oh. And then now he's, Now he's moving on. But like on the Roku screen, like I was on like the Apple page, because we've been watching Roseanne, the old ones, because I haven't ever seen all the episodes, and I want to. And the pre-programming in that, it is a trip. Like, when I don't remember that, well, it didn't happen yet when it was on. When Becky and Mark first broke up, like, they just broke up, and she said, and she's like, I hope he dies. Oh. And then in real life, the actor dies of a drug overdose. Oh, wow. Like, I mean, it's like that stuff. And there's a lot, she hasn't just as much programming and as all the other stuff, like. And I don't really care what people are. I care more about what people do. Like, how many people, like how many scumbags, heathens, and scoundrels that have just fell down the cracks of society just because nobody gave a shit their whole entire life. And they never learned how to give a shit about themselves like I did. Because and part of acting like you give a shit about yourself is helping other people. So whatever, all these YouTube, everybody, all these my mind always goes, what are they doing for others? Where is their acts of kindness? Like, what do you think they're doing, Marge? Where's the 10% of the generosity of the 100% of the spirit? Because they're using 90% of their ego to get to what they want. So where's their 10% of gratitude to give back to the no place space? The place where people put their prayers and we're supposed to tune in to answer. Pusha. But people get their coffees bought for them, and they're sitting in a house that their fucking mom paid for them. It's just, I don't know. It's getting real hard for me to listen to other people. Because I'm becoming intolerant with people that have had jack shit and life experience. Like I'd be like people. I'm like, if they can't, if like I mean, so it's like, have they ever changed a tire? Probably not. And then I kind of tune out because they like, what are they going to contribute? Where they got their puffy coat? All the ski towns they've been to, how many tags they got, how many times they went down a fucking hill. I don't give a shit about any of fucking that shit. How many generations their fucking families have been driving Jeeps? Heaps of creeps drive Jeeps. I don't give a shit about any of that. Like, what do you contribute to a place when you go there? That's what I care about the most. Most everybody on planet Earth. And there's a lot of times people are here that can't contribute, and we're here to give extra to them. Huh, Ma?
That's right.
There's a lot of people that can't take care of themselves. We got to take care of them. We got to teach people how to take care of themselves so they can help take care of other people. That's what this system is about. Not just fucking going around, eat whatever you want, driving whatever you want, going here, going there, trying to put it here, trying that. Oh, I'm having such a good old time. My life, me. Oh my God. What happened? 5 years went by. I'm 60 pounds heavier than I was. I'm having heart problems. I got diabetes. I have had 2 knee replacements. What's going on? What's going on? The world's trying to poison us, as I think. Keep the fucking spoon out of your mouth. That's what they told me. My brother's practice, his practice father-in-law was a fucking Nazi. That got all the advantages. Oh. I've seen this storyline I lived it. I survived it. That was never allowed. They were trying to hunt me in Montana. Mom escaped us. Huh, Mom? I remember hearing that. I was like, Mom, you are crazy. What do you know? They're like, she talked about like cause she was I don't know, that was the storyline she was receiving. And then, I mean, I grew up in Reading. I mean, I knew about freaking hunting's hunting and these trophy hunters. Okay. I know that their trophies are evolved past animals, and they pay. Fuck, I never knew about that this world didn't exist. So all these people are figuring it out when I'm 50, and I'm just like, okay, but I'm the crazy one that's been saying it this whole time. And like, I remember Molly. She was a crazy whack job. She freaking, yeah, she's nuts. But she worked at one of those schools where they tried to reform kids. Oh. She cooked for them and like was the housekeeper and stuff like that. So she'd come home and bitch about these fucking spoiled brat fucking kids. They fucking don't know how to do anything. That was like in the 80s. And now these guys are the fucking people that are making the rules. They don't know how to do nothing. So how are they going to designate how other people should live their lives because they can't even fucking do their own laundry? And now so many of them are getting of such an age that like they're like, I don't know, it's getting hard to like there's a fucking bar. Drunks are the worst. That's why this country's dissolving, because like most of those senators, they're fucking straight up alcoholics, man. They probably smell like piss and shit and stuff in fucking fancy shoes. They're probably wearing Depends and stuff like that from all the years of alcohol and abuse, pill abuse, and they fund all these programs. Don't do that. But they have freaking like liquor stores. I mean, it's all demonic. It's all that. None of that shit is good orderly direction. None of that fucking helps fucking anybody on the street. Like it's disgusting and it's gross. And there's so many people who are fed up. I just encourage them to just, I don't know, don't be violent. Don't choose violence. Don't fucking grab people's phones and throw it down because you're so fucking mad. Because you're, grown men do that. You look like little fucking bitch boys that can't handle their emotions. And then it begs, like, I hope there was just that one time you lost your temper? Or is this like, a normal pattern? And people that can't, like, they don't control themselves and they feel like they have to control themselves because they know in areas of their shadow that they can't, that it's not acceptable by society. So they hide their behavior. And that's when things happen. hunting trips. Like, people gotta ask themselves, like, what are the people that they know, like, what are they doing when they're not around? And they know the personalities. Unless you get duped like me, who just, gets duped by everybody. Just be nice to me, she'll think we're friends. No, it's into the point that it's just like, you know what, people want to screw me over, fuck it, whatever, I guess they need it. And I'll let anybody do it once, maybe even twice, just, take advantage of my kindness, my generosity, and then like and then it's like they're invisible to me. Invisible. Like you're not there, except he smells like fish. God, like, take care of yourself. Like, people can. They can. They can learn. I had to learn. I wasn't good at taking care of myself for a long time. I learned. I take better care of myself than most people. My percentile is higher than the average American.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so. Moving on. Mom ate almost all of her pancakes. I didn't get anything for me. I had those tacos yesterday, so I don't need nothing from out at a restaurant. And if I were to order something, I could walk up and order something. Because about 8/10 of a mile.
Wow, that's
maybe a mile.
A distance.
That'd be a 2-mile walk.
Yeah.
It'd be chilly on the way back. But I'd be moving. I'd be striking. I wouldn't be strolling. That's how I earn my restaurant up there. My food up at that restaurant, because they have like brisket on mac and cheese, which is, it's okay. But I went to this. When my food bar is set high. My food bar is set very high. So I did go to that Sushi Siam place. And it was good. Best I ever had? No. Good, yes. Best sushi I ever had was in San Francisco.
Oh.
At a place I guess it was on the North Beach. I don't even, and this was like 2000. And I went and met my friend Nicole, and she was with her practice husband. And I remember having a conversation with him and her in the kitchen, and then like I saw her years later after she had remarried and was in a much better situation. Dude, her friend was on an airplane with the dude with him and his mistress on the way to Hawaii.
Wow.
And like she messaged and was like, dude, he's a scumbag. But I felt like he was a scumbag when I met him. I just didn't realize, because I'm not good with social cues. And when people are being nice, I think that they're just being nice. And I had to learn. It took me a lot of years to learn about what condescending was. When people are being condescending and just fucking making fun of, talking shit. See, because I don't do that. So it's hard for me to pick on it being done to me, because I don't fucking do that, I had to learn about robbers and people that scam you and grifters and, you can tell who's dirty. Now it's nothing. Now it's like, Now I got to be careful about when I go out, because I got to be careful about my energy and what I mix it with, because people are fucking. I get toxic being around toxicity. I'm very impressionable. I do have emotional control. I do not like to have to freaking, because people are so self-absorbed, and I get so annoyed with people that just like. I get so annoyed, and I'm so painfully aware of the me-me-meers. Me. Like on the Muppets, me. The me first. Go. It's just lackadaisical. Just And they see, because whenever I leave the house, I know where I'm going. Whenever I leave the house, I know where I'm going.
That's good.
And I'm surrounded by people that don't. Or they don't care. That's a lot of people that just get in the way. So I just prefer to go out when other people aren't around. The dip in the crowd.
That's good.
So,
The dip in the crowd. That's good.
We're gonna try and get through this show on Apple Play. That it's this latest installment, that somebody's version of Scrooge, the Christmas Carol. I've seen a lot of different people's interpretations of that storyline, and I mean. It just enforces what goes around comes around, you know. And people watch it and it's like, oh, it's a great story. And it's like, how many people are being haunted by the ghosts of their past, you know? Because they'll be reminded of loved ones that aren't around anymore. And, you know, maybe they shoulda, you know, and they keep doing that stuff. And that takes the people to spirits. I mean, ask Ryan Reynolds. He owns booze companies. And so whatever this, I don't know, but it's so weird because I pause it on the main screen of Apple, right? And I was going through, I said, look, Ma, Botox plastic surgery, and I'm pointing at all these shows. I said, both of these actors in this thumbnail, I said, I can't even watch new shit because I've watched the transformation of these people's faces, and they've evolved. Like, actors and actresses, they don't even know who they are. They just know who they are what they are in different environments. And then they get to be, you know, and then, because what do you think they really do when they're all by themselves? Like, how many scoundrels have been like, yeah, man, it was really cool. It was a rainy day, and fucking Jennifer Aniston came up and would be like, hey, let's, you know, can I buy you a cup of coffee? Like, I'm a real person. I'm trying, like, what happened? How did you get, like, engaged and ask anybody about themselves? Wow. Like, how many you know, like, a lot of, like, famous people engagements, they're about, oh, they didn't suck, you know, because most of them do, because they only care about themselves. They got all the money, and it never trickles down, and everybody cares about what they say. I never cared about what they say. They don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to make soup. They don't know how to fucking do laundry. They don't know how to do anything practical that could alleviate the stress of somebody else that can't do it at all. They definitely fucking don't choose to. Now all these famous people are like, oh, I'm moving over here. You know what? Go over there. Just don't remember where your life got good. Just don't forget all the times that you got to go have parties and have a good time. While freaking blocks over, people are freaking their flesh is rotten and they don't have places to shower. And that's, you know why people fucking do drugs and drink, is because nobody cares about them and it hurts. And so they want to fucking make it feel better. And drink alcohol. All that shit just makes people not give a shit about anything, but not giving a shit about anything. And it doesn't matter the color of their skin, the gender, who they love. None of that fucking shit matters, man. When people feel pain, regardless of a physical pain, emotional pain, they do whatever they can to get away from it. And how few people are choosing to do the harder, you know, more dedicated way of fitness and freaking, you know, suffering through that way than just freaking sitting there and just succumbing to, and then treating everybody else like shit because they feel bad. Anyway. We got that's what I was gonna say. I started talking about Lisa Reynolds and how she taught us because she liked her Hispanic fella. See, I'm only using terms that these people used. because I don't go by authenticity, because ever since I was a little kid, I look at people and that stuff don't matter to me. I see people in the shades of their skin. And what matters is like, are they going to hurt me? Or are they going to be nice? That's like my primary purpose. And like, are they going to be mean? Are they going to be a dick? Am I going to get yelled at? Or are they gonna be a fucking asshole that I'm gonna have to fucking, pull my dukes up? But she was the one that taught Mom, because Mom was very naive. Mom was coddled. Mom, you gotta go on family, but she got a lot of advantages I didn't get, stuff like that. And then when she turned 18, she got a suitcase and they told her to be on her way, and she was not prepared, huh? And she was not like, go to college, huh? They didn't invite you to pay to college. She was adopted. They didn't care. They were done. I think they were getting a check from the state, complied with, be on your way. And then so it was Lisa that taught her, like, whenever they say they can't speak English, they can. And I was like, and so that has stuck with me since I was like a 10-year-old girl. Yeah. And so I went to this food truck the day I went and got those tacos, and I'd seen good things about it, and I went up to the window, and I was like, burrito tacos, because their menu is just it's very generic. And he's like, yeah. And then I said, okay, I'd like to order. And then he said, I don't speak English.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, you fucking machismo dick.
Oh.
You're a fucking asshole. He didn't want to serve me. No. See, because this happens a lot. I'm a woman. I have a lot of masculine energy. I would say, I'm a pretty cute gal. I wouldn't say I'm hot or I'm fine. Those are never aspirations, because I don't got that Jezebel in me. I do like girls that have been more on the racy side. Anyway, crushes. Kindergarten crushes. Nothing crazy, because my mind thinks like every female on the earth is somebody's. Like, if they want to be, that they're somebody's significant other, somebody's wife, or husband, whatever. I don't fucking, people are so weird with what they identify with. It's hard to, it's not shit I care about keeping track of. Tell me your name. I don't give a shit about your pronouns. Fuck it, I'll call you your name. Fucking A. Every time I'll say your name. I just won't use any pronouns and ever in reference to some of these folks. So I was like, and then I said, and then a burrito. And then after I said, ordered that, and then he said, I don't speak English. And then there are these other kids here that, like, they were eating, like they were, like, had their little crappy race cars that they go freaking tearing through the Taos County, driving like assholes and shit. Those are the guys that should have freaking, like, places to work on their cars and stuff like that too. Kids like that, because they can step one day, put them in the automotive industry. I mean, people have a knack for shit. When they're good at doing shit, give them the opportunity to do the shit. But see, too many places, people like, no, you can't work here because you might know more than me. It don't make no sense. Control freaks. So, he rang me up, and I was too focused on the fact that this guy was being an asshole. Because when he said, I don't speak English, and then so I was like, okay, burrito con bean con queso. And then, but I mean, it says in English the words. Like, he was being a dick, because a lot of these guys, they feel threatened by me. Honestly, they do. The machismo spirit. And it's in women, too. Like, I'm just bebopping through life, minding my own, just trying to have a good time. And people are like, oh, let's put this bitch in her place. And I'm just, okay, here we go. Okay. So, then the guy gave me my order. At the other window, he gave me my order, which was Mom's burrito. And I was like, the tacos? And, so he didn't even ring me up for the tacos. So, fuck you, taco truck at Quality Inn. Fucking fuck you. Fuck you, machismo. Fuck you. I won't go there and try to give you money in exchange for goods or services. I won't. And I won't tell anybody else to go there either because you fucking suck. Do I look like a woman that your wife left you for? Because it wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
Do I look like a woman that you wanted to be the man? And she wouldn't go along with that? Whatever people's shit is, I wish people would leave their shit. Because I go out in the world and I don't put, like, my past trauma on my reality of what's happening today. Do I get annoyed at fucking rude motherfuckers that are all about themselves out there? Absolutely. Do I do it because of anything that happened in the... Absolutely fucking not. Because good orderly direction, God is only with me in the present moment. God isn't with me in the past. God isn't with me in the future. The only gift that we have is the present moment. And what people choose to do with that present moment. And oftentimes in my present moment, I got to give a dude today, he's so happy to see, because I cleaned out the fridge and I just keep making cookies and I haven't been giving them away so much lately. So I have all these cookies and just give them away. So I got to go spread the joy and people are so happy to receive the joy in which I spread. Until somebody's like, wait a minute, she has better ideas than we do. Hey, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, you're telling me you can't do that. I'm fucking doing it. See, because I got better ideas than people in a lot of areas. Because we've been the destitute. We've been, like, walking down the road like, man, this sucks. It would be really cool if something like this existed. That's what my whole life has been. Looking for solutions through every shitty situation that we've ever been to. That's why I want to have a place where women that are getting their asses kicked and they don't want to get their fucking asses kicked by their man no more because they don't feel like men because they don't ever get off the fucking couch and put the controller down. And then they drank too much and then they're like, God, you know, I've been doing this 15 years. I feel bad about myself. And then she says something in a moment that he feels bad about himself and then boop! She's the source of his feeling bad. You know why so many people get sick this time of year? People don't think about this stuff.
Oh, okay.
So many people get sick, like, it's change of the seasons. Because they turn on their furnaces, and for freaking months, those furnaces, they don't clean out the ducts, they don't service and maintain their HV and the heater vac, they don't take care of shit. And so, months go by, dust collects, freaking shit dies in there, and then they turn on the and then they breathe that shit in for freaking, as soon as it gets cold. It's just there's so many things that people can do to make themselves better, healthier, and then, I don't know, you become a more tuned vessel. It does happen. Anyway, had appointment yesterday, talked with the tattoo gal.
A tattoo?
Yeah, it's going to be about 6 inches, so it's going to be about the size of my hand. And I just got to figure out where I want it. I don't know where it's going to go. Anyway, it's standing turtle. It's going to be a standing turtle. It's going to stand like this. It's got like a backpack on. Shorts and one of my rainbow t-shirts.
Oh, your rainbow t-shirt.
And then it's going to have
very good.
and then it's gonna have headphones and like braided hair and my cheesy smile.
Oh, that's
Because I'm
good.
standing turtle.
You're standing turtle.
Standing turtles don't run.
You don't run.
Yeah, so
Oh,
anyway, yeah,
that's
it was
good.
cool. So I might have got a lead on a. I'm so funny. I go in there. They have in this. I did one wedding. I'm ordained. So if anybody wants to come and create some sort of wacky union, I'll be glad to lead that for you.
Oh,
Well, I did one wedding and they're not together anymore.
anymore.
So I'm 0 for 0.
0%.
Anyway, but at the La Fonda Inn here in Taos,
Wow.
it's like it's a haunt, like there's haunted rooms and stuff. It's gimmicky, but I mean it's really haunted. But like, dude, every place is haunted if you're freaking energetic sensitive like us. Like it's all like weird people. Anyway, they're weird, Ma. So they have this on Saturdays. They have this. Like like where people bring their crafts and shit to sell their goods and stuff, and I usually miss it, and I happen to be there, so I bebopped in. I skipped the candy shop today. She was a little too. There's people in there I don't want to stop in. I like it when nobody's there, because anyway. So I go walking through and I go back and the La Fonda Inn and the guy behind the counter, because I'll go in to use the ATM from time to time and I'm friendly with them. And I hadn't seen the fellow that was behind the counter in quite some time.
Oh.
And then so I go back and back in the corner. I'm like, oh look, they got La Fonda loot, and I was like, oh, I dial in at like all the. I'm like, that's embroidery.
That's good.
I'm like, it's not decals, it's not screen print. I'm like, that's fucking embroidery. And then I got so excited that and I didn't like really go up because now I'm off. Now so I go to the talk. I said, who does your embroidery?
That's good.
He's like 4print.com or something like that, and I said I had an embroiderer. And they did really good work. But she don't want. But then they went contract, and then I asked about if she don't want to do embroidery for me no more.
Oh.
Well, it's Shannon. She's my ex.
Oh, okay.
We broke up like 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
We were always friends. We never should have dated, and I think that really hurt her feelings.
Oh.
I cared a lot about her. I have this thing. She was a Pisces. I'm an Aries. It's like dating myself. It's the sign right next to me. I did the same thing with Taurus. I don't like energy too close to me. I like opposite energy. So nope. And we just were. I mean, we were always better friends. So, but anyway, she's moved on. So I just think that that's why she doesn't want to do it. It's because I just she wants to leave me in the past like everybody else does.
Oh.
Future Marge. Present Marge, not future Marge. Present Marge is here.
Oh.
And present Marge needs and wants embroidery done. So fuck it. It's another person. Okay, fine. I won't give you my money in exchange for goods and services. So homeboy, yeah. So he got. I might have a new embroiderer
Oh, new embroidery.
for more shirts.
Yes, the colors.
And
the
then maybe
lights.
take them down to more shops and see if they want to sell them. Because that is how I'm going to earn money to start my false for profit. So I can fund that, and then I'm going to have a rage room.
A rage room?
And then because that solves 2 problems in Taos.
Oh, wow.
And those problems are that, like, going to the dump is a pain in the ass. So people, like, it's this place is so fucking cousin, man. We can fix it, though. So just have them take it, like, your TV breaks from playing too much, you know. all the shoot 'em up, all them man games, all them shoot 'em up, all those man games. You know, when your fucking electronics break out from those man games. Just take them over to Marge's, and then like I can use that as part as the inventory for rage rooms and stuff like that. Yeah. So I mean, it all works. There's a place for everything.
That's
If the
nice.
people have an ideas, okay, you're good at this. You can go over here, work here. You know, you want to do this, but you're not good with people. But you're a hard worker. You know, put some headphones on. Shift work over here. Like I can match where people, because I've been in all these support systems, all these fucking jobs that nobody wants to do. People like me have done them, so I can see who the hard workers are. Because I've always been a hard worker. I can also see who's just gonna, you know, I'll give anybody a chance, but it's like, are you gonna be more of a suck or a plus? Are you gonna suck more into more, you know, the environment to accommodate your needs? And I understand, you know, extenuating circumstances, but the people that it's always like the world revolves around them, no, I can't hang with that shit. Even if it's every now, even, you know, you can have that on your birthday, Earth Day, but that fucking any other day, no. Anyway, I think that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a